Episode 2, Where Did the Gaels Come From? Throughout this episode, you will learn about Celtic languages, countries, the clan system, clan customs, food, drinks, games, and most importantly, how the Celts transitioned into Gaels. The Gaels have spent time in many different countries, including the 6 Celtic countries: Wales, Cornwall, Brittany, the Isle of Man, Ireland, and Scotland. There are 6 Celtic languages that come from these 6 countries that are separated into 2 different groups, P Celtic and Q Celtic, with 3 languages in each group. In your P Celtic group, you have Welsh, that comes from Wales, Cornish, that comes from Cornwall, and Breton, that comes from Brittany. In your Q Celtic group, you have Manx, that comes from the Isle of Man, Irish Gaelic, that comes from Ireland, and Scottish Gaelic, that comes from Scotland. Different clans from all over these different countries have a system called the clan system. Before you know what the clan system is, you have to know what a clan is. A clan is most commonly a group of people who live together, sharing a last name. The clan system has 4 different rankings, ranking from higher to lower power, the chief being the highest, and the cotter being the lowest. Clan systems ran Scotland and the Celtic countries for many, many years. This was until the Battle of Culloden in the spring of 1746. After this battle, the entire clan system ended, along with the roles of the ranks. The responsibilities of a chief include caring for the welfare of the clan. It is most commonly a powerful man who is deemed worthy enough to maintain law and order. You must be loyal to the chief, even if they are good or bad. Next up is the taxman. The taxman collects rent from the tenants. Rent was not always money, it could be livestock, food, or even jewelry. Below the taxman, you'd have the tenant. The tenant lives and rents land most commonly owned by the chief, while still giving money and goods to the taxman for the chief. Their money and goods could also be food or livestock or jewelry. At the very bottom of the barrel, you have your cotter. A cotter works for the tenant and lives on their land paying rent with manual labor. Cotters are very similar to a servant or a slave, and they have no power whatsoever in the clan system. Every clan has fundamental components of something special or silly that they're known for. These are called clan customs. Sometimes they are funny jokes, and other times they are very serious statements. First, you have a tocher. A tocher is a sum of money or property bought by a bride and her family to give to a husband and his family once they are married. This is similar to what today we now know as a dowry, but back then they called it a tocher. Next up is a roicha. A roicha is the act of a man accompanied by his friends going door to door searching for a wife. And most commonly the father of the house answers the door and offers up his daughters one by one, hoping to find one of them a husband. You then have a crech. A crech is a task given to a man to help prove his manhood. The task was to find a farm, steal an animal, livestock, in the middle of the night without getting caught. And if you were able to do that and return the animal in the morning without anyone knowing and not harming the animal, if you achieved this goal, you were classified as a true man. Next up is the fiery cross. This one is much more serious than some of the other clan customs, as it is a symbol of summoning the clans into battle and preparing them to fight for a war. Back in the day, the Gaels definitely didn't have a drive-thru. You could just drive on up to, order your food, and leave. They ate fish, salmon, venison, lobster, porridge, and haggis. So no 5-star fancy meals for them. And they drank milk, whey, buttermilk, and moonshine. So they didn't drink water like we do in this day and age. And for fun, the games they would play included caber toss, feats of strength, races, and weights, most commonly played at what they called a Highland Games, kind of like this modern day's Olympics, but for the Gaels, in their version of their games. And although the Celts and the Gaels have their similarities, they also have their differences. It is important to know the differences between them because it helps avoid oversimplifying or misrepresenting history and culture. While the Gaels are a specific branch of the Celtic people, the term Celtic includes a wide range of tributes and regions across ancient Europe. Understanding the difference allows for a more accurate discussion of language, heritage, identity, and history.
Thank you for listening to Episode 2, Where Did the Gaels Come From? In the next episode, you will learn about the Gaels' journey to Cape Breton.